to show you how to find the area of irregular shapes. And what I mean is if I gave you something like this object right here and I asked you to find the area, it would be difficult for you to find the area because there's not one single formula that you could use. Now, of course, assume that I've given you dimensions and the required information here, but it would be hard because there's not any one formula that you can use. Well, what I'm going to show you is how you can break objects like this into smaller shapes that you could find the area for, and then add them together to find the total area of the object. So for example, I'm going to start with this one here, and this object is a combination of a rectangle and a triangle. So if you break it down into parts and you find the area of the triangle and then the area of the rectangle, you can add them together to get the total area of the object. So let's say, let's start with the triangle. Okay, the formula for the area of a triangle, so again I'm starting with the triangle, is 1/2 of base times height. Now with this particular triangle, there isn't a base here. There's not the length of the base is not given here. We know that the height is 5, but we don't know the length of this side. But what we can do is we can realize that if this side is 12 meters, that this side also has to be 12 meters, because by definition of a rectangle, opposite sides have the same length. So we can now use this side being 12 meters and having a base of 5 meters to help us calculate the area. The fact that the length of the hypotenuse here, or this side of the triangle, is 13 meters makes no difference in us finding the area of this object right here, okay? So I'm going to plug it all in, so it's going to be 1/2 of, we've decided our base is 12, and sorry it connects there, the pen that I write with does funky things. But so the base is 12 and the height is 5, so I'm going to plug that here into the formula. 12 times 5 is 60, excuse me, and then half of 60, because 1/2 of that is 30. So the area of this triangle is 30 square meters. But again, that's just this triangle right here. So now we want to find the area of this rectangle. And the formula for the area of a rectangle is length times width, or base times height, just depends on what you're looking at, but they essentially mean the same thing. So I'm just going to go with length times width. Okay, so it really doesn't matter which one's your length and which one's your width, as long as you designate one as your length and one as your width. Okay, so when I'm going to plug them in here to the formula, my length is 7 and my width is 12, and so when I multiply them, I get a total of 84. So that means the rectangle has an area of 84 square meters. Well, because this piece is 84 and the triangle is 30, I add them together for a total of, I'm running out of room here, for a total of 114 square meters. So we have a total area of 114 square meters here. Now, for this particular object, we have 3 different rectangles here. So the formula that we're going to use for all of them, area is equal to length times width. This rectangle right here, 6 times 3 is 18, so this is 18 square feet. Then we have this rectangle right here. This one's a little bit tricky too, because we don't know, it doesn't tell us exactly what this is, so we kind of have to figure it out using some clues. If this side is 7 feet, then that means that this side is also 7 feet. And so if from here to here is 7 feet, that means the length from here to here is 10 feet, because this part is 3 and this part is 7, for a total of 10 feet. So the area of rectangle B is going to be 4 feet times 10 feet, which is 40 square feet. Now we have this rectangle down here, and it is 7 feet by 3 feet. 7 times 3 is 21, so that's a total of 21 square feet. And so when I add rectangle A plus rectangle B plus rectangle C, so we can see 18 square feet plus 40 square feet plus 21 square feet, that is a total of 79 square feet. Next one. Okay. This particular object, I didn't already show you where to divide divide the shapes. So when you look at this one, you can actually divide it a couple of ways. You can divide it as a rectangle here and here, or you can divide it as a rectangle, as two rectangles here and here. Sorry. So either way you do it, you're going to get the same answer either way. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. This particular rectangle here on the top, this is 15 feet by 8 feet. So when I multiply 15 times 8, I get 120. So this is 120 square feet. Now down here, this part is 23, but I can't use 18, because if I use 18, then that's saying 18 feet by 23 feet, you're finding the area. I know that's not straight, but you're finding the area of all of this, and that's not what we're trying to find the area of. We're trying to find the area of this piece down here. And so we do know that it's 23 feet long, but the question is, how big is this side right here? And what we can use is, since we know, trying to find something different, since we know that this is in here, that means this side plus this side must also be 18. Sorry. So if this is 18, this is 8, this has to be 10 feet. Now that helps me, because now I can say, okay, well 10 feet times 23 feet is 230 square feet. So that means the total area of this irregular figure is 350 square feet. Okay. All right, and I'm going to do one more. This particular object here, I went ahead and I already kind of color coded it for you. So you've got this rectangle here, which is 8 meters by 12 meters. 8 times 12 is 96. So we've got 96 square meters here. And then we have this rectangle here, which is 6 meters by 9 meters. So 6 times 9 is 54. So it's 54 square meters. I add them up, and that's a total of 150 square meters for the area of this irregular shape here. Now, this exact same figure right here, I've copied it right here, and I just wanted to show you that you could section it off a different way. This side, this is 9 by 14, which is 126 square meters, because 14 times 9 is 126. But then I've got this little shape right here that I have to figure out, this little rectangle right here. I know that this side is 8. But then I've got to figure out what this side is. So again, if this whole side up here is 12, that means this side plus 9 has to be 12. So that means this little piece right here is 3 meters. So 8 times 3 is 24 square meters. I add them together for a total of 150 square meters. So you can see we got 150 square meters doing it this way, and we get 150 square meters by doing it this way. It works either way.